this is how to survive the holiday season, Christmas. It doesn't have to be Christmas, whatever it is that you are celebrating with your toxic family. If you have to come home to your hometown and it's a difficult place to be, for whatever reason, you have to be with people who might not necessarily be as safe. This is for y'all. I'm gonna do 3 groups. Basically what I want to know is like, what's the overall energy of the holidays? I want to pull a card to understand what your family dynamic is like and how to protect your peace during this time. Okay, so this is group number 1. Group number 2, if it wants to focus. Group number 3. Okay, so if you're not very familiar with picker cards, then I'll give you a little bit of an explanation of how this works. Basically, just go with your gut. I mean, it depends, I guess. If you are familiar with your human design, then that would kind of depend on your authority. If you have a sacral authority, then yes, do go with your gut. Go with whatever one pulls you in, draws you in. If you notice like your body being pulled, even though for me, I have a sacral authority. For me, it's very subtle, and like I really have to really like sink deep into my body to be able to notice the pull. Like it's very subtle. So yeah, if you have like a guttural, is that even a word? I don't know, reaction, then that is the one that I would recommend you choose. Or you can, pause the video, meditate on the piles and see which one you are drawn to, after you have grounded yourself. So don't be impulsive if you have an emotional authority. Basically, that's just how it goes. And if it doesn't really resonate, then it doesn't resonate. Just leave it. Just maybe pick another pile. Maybe your message is there or not. That could also sometimes be the case. Okay? So we're gonna get started with group number 1. If you chose this one, which honestly they all look the same, then this is going to be the reading for you. So the first card that we are going to pull is just the overall energy for the holidays. Ace of Swords. If my camera wants to even, there you go. Ace of Swords. Very interesting. And then this is your family dynamic. Wow, that's... I'm confused, but let's see. Because we've got the Lovers. This is the card representing your family dynamic. So I'm kind of confused because I thought the intention here is for people who have toxic families. So why is the Lovers and the Ace of Swords coming out? I'm not gonna fight it. It came out. So it came out. And then the second to last card is how to protect your peace. We have 3 of Cups. I don't know if it's focusing, but whatever. And well, there's another card which is from the Heavenly Bodies astrology deck, but I'll pull that later. I don't want to see it right now. For now. Maybe it was me. I'm not planning on being with family or anyone this year. Well, let's see. Let's see if this resonates with you. So, the overall energy for the holidays is Ace of Swords. So, Ace of Swords is very much... Wait, this is Ace of Swords, right? Yeah. I'm like, why is this a positive reading? Not that it always has to be bad, okay? I'm just a little bit like, huh? Anyways, Ace of Swords is the card of inspiration. So I think over the holidays, this is a time for you for your mind to receive a lot of ideas, a lot of downloads, a lot of inspiration. So maybe you're just having this is gonna be like a spacious time for you, so you can actually hear all the inspiration, all the ideas that has been living inside of you that you couldn't hear because there's so much noise, whether that be in your head or in your environment, in your external environment. For your holiday season, Ace of Swords, this is the start of a new idea. Maybe you're gonna get, again, like I said, a new inspiration, a new thought that will be a seed, for something that you can plant. Maybe something that you want to do for the new year, or maybe that's a project, whatever it is that you are thinking about. I'm just getting the sense that it's just like, this is already something. It's not necessarily out of the blue. It's not something that's super new. It's already, again, it's just something that's already inside of you, but then the holiday season is just kind of like this fertile ground for the seed to come through. And in terms of the family dynamic, again, I'm so confused, but I'm just gonna fucking go with it. The family dynamic wise, we have the Lovers. So the Lovers is actually, like, I don't always read the Lovers as like as a romantic card by any means. I think the Lovers is all about values, but family dynamic wise, I think maybe actually, like, with the Lovers, you might have like almost two groups of people, two types of people in your family, where like you can kind of be quite polar opposites, but then the Lovers is harmonious. So again, I'm just confused. Why is this here? I'm gonna pull another card. Why is this here? The Lovers. Not me resisting a good energy. It's fine. Let's get a little bit of clarity. Sometimes it'll give me clarity, sometimes it just confuses me, and I'll just ignore it, to be honest. I feel like the Lover energy right now. That's okay, you got to feel it. Maybe this is for you. It does make sense though, I feel like, with the Ace of Swords. Let's just see. Seven of Pentacles. No, that's just confusing me. Never mind. But yeah, family dynamic wise, it's like polar opposites. because again, the Lovers is also like the Gemini card. So you're very similar in some ways and very different in other ways, but then that creates a harmonious kind of energy. So whatever, let's just go through this confusion together. How to protect your peace. We have the Three of Cups. There we go. Three of Cups. Three of Cups is about celebration. So yeah, I think this is... I don't know if you're resonating with this, yeah. But yeah, the Three of Cups. Maybe you are being called to, if you do have a toxic family and you selected this reading and you are just as confused as I am, then maybe the Three of Cups is like actually encouraging you to spend the holiday season with your friends. Do a little bit of a friendmas situation, or, you know, spending it with your chosen family, because the Three of Cups is like the card of friendship and celebration and being there for each other through the good times, through the bad times, all of the times. And that, you know, you're not just there for to make sure that you're not just there for people when it's going great, and that you can get a lot of things out of it, like to be you know, to be there for the people that you care about, that celebrates you. So yeah, this is, I think, to protect your peace, then spend it with people who actually celebrate you, you know, celebrate you being in their life, celebrate you for the person that you really are, and celebrate it with, again, like I said, people who are there for you in hard times and in good times. And that is a way for you to protect your peace, you know, instead of spending it with people who only want to be with you when things are great. You know, things are great for you and they just want to suck it up from you. So yeah, that's basically how you protect your peace. It's pretty, I mean, that's pretty simple, right? And the overall guidance is Libra. There you go, you can see that. Libra. But I can't see what the card says. It says consideration, fairness, and harmony. I'm just gonna read off the book. So, the omen is: imagine a house where each room represents a significant part of your life. These rooms include, but are not limited to, self-care, work, passions, relationships, and exploration. Walk into each room, noticing how it feels. Which ones are vibrant, flooded in light? Do any feel dark, dusty, or empty? Are any outdated or in need of organization? Consider what you give to each room and what it gives to you in return. Your guides want every room to be somewhere you love spending time, or the energy you give matches the energy that you receive. They want your house as a whole to feel balanced, supportive, and inspiring, and your life as a whole to be a true reflection of your soul. So I feel like this is a very, you know, reflective kind of space for you. I think I already mentioned that in the beginning, because you're being called to, you know, do some reflections about all the different parts of your life and have a little bit of a vibe check for yourself, you know, check with where you are at. And that is how you are going to be able to survive the holiday season, although I feel like you don't really need it that much. You know, I love that for you. I very much love this for you if you didn't have to spend this holiday season with such difficult people. But yeah, that is basically your reading, group number 1. If you enjoyed this, if you're on YouTube, then please give this video a like. Click the thumbs up button. Thank you so much. That will be very, very helpful. Just as a small way to support this, to support my work, to say thank you. And if you are feeling a little bit more generous, then you can also buy me a coffee. The link is right up here. Or you can also scan the QR code. That's just a way for you to say thank you for me giving you this reading. And do know that I also offer private tarot readings that you can also book in the link down below if you're on YouTube. It's also on my Ko-fi, basically, all my offerings, my readings, my private tarot readings on Zoom. And I also offer one-on-one coaching for those of you who actually do have a toxic relationship with your parents or your family. I am your gal. I can absolutely help you break out of that. And yeah, if you're feeling stuck in any way pursuing your creative endeavors, then I can also help you move through that as well through one-on-one coaching and some more supportive space if we're comparing it to the tarot readings, because we will be working together a little bit more regularly and consistently. And basically I'll be holding your hand through whatever journey that you are on. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye! If you chose this pile, again, not like you can really tell the difference because they all look the same. This is going to be the reading for you. So let's see what the overall energy is for the holidays, the world. Wowie zowie. What is your family dynamic like? We have the Knight of Wands. There we go. And then we have how to protect your peace. We have the Empress. Again, honestly, very positive card. I'm just expecting things to be a lot more chaotic than this, but I suppose that's just the vibe. So let me just have a look-see. Group number 2, the overall energy of the holidays is very much giving, you know, I mean, it makes sense that we are at the end of the year, right? We're at the end of the year, and then the world card comes up, which is the card of graduation, the card of graduation. Like it's a congratulations from the universe. It's an acknowledgement of an ending, of a happy ending. Well, it doesn't always have to be happy. But you know, it's an ending of a chapter in any case. And when it comes to the energy of the holiday, as this being the energy of the holidays, I'm getting the sense that this is gonna be very community. It's just giving community to me. The world, especially in this position of the reading, is just giving community. This is about, you know, coming together and realizing that we are all one and all that very spiritual stuff. That, you know, this is kind of also the moment where the ego dissolves a little bit, or you're able to lower the volume of the ego and realize that we are all very much connected. It's like a common humanity. Like, if you know one of the pillars of self-compassion, this is just giving common humanity to me. So it's very much a beautiful energy, really, of the holidays, you know, where you are finally feeling connected, very connected. This is a very connected energy. So that's very beautiful. Family dynamic wise, we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is very fiery, of course. As you can see, it's very red and inflamed, and not just because my background is red and orange. The Knight of Wands is very fiery, very passionate, and I feel like in your family, there's always kind of like a line that people cross, where if it doesn't cross the line, then being in your family can be quite fun. Like, everyone just wants to have fun. Everyone is very passionate, very again, very fiery, very creative, and just cannot stop moving. It's just a little bit restless as well. A little bit chaotic. A little bit chaotic. But then if it crosses a line with the Knight of Wands, it can very, very quickly turn into, you know, from like a really cozy, warming, fun kind of fire. I'm just imagining, like, if you're in the forest and you have like a campfire, you know, that can be very cozy, right? You're just singing, you're telling stories, like, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting in your family. But then if someone or something crosses the line, it very quickly turns into a fucking forest fire, right? Like, in forest and things, fires can spread very, very quickly because there are so many flammable things, and I feel like there's a lot of flammable elements in your family, whether that be, you know, wounds or personalities, or even like, you know, if you're spending it in your childhood home, maybe this holiday season, then there's a lot of, you know, material items that have emotional charge in it. So that could kind of, that's a flammable, that's one of the flammable things that you need to keep an eye on and be aware of when those things start to trickle inside of you. So be very mindful of that, because it might start a fire, and like, you might just start, you know, fighting or arguing, and things can like fire up very, very, very quickly. And how to protect your peace, we have the Empress. So I think it's going to be very important for you, even though if you live in a cold climate, of course, like the holiday season is like a season to cozy up and be warm and stuff like that. But it's going to be very important for you to go outside, I think, to go outside into nature. That's going to be very grounding, obviously, going into the earth and all that. You know, if you have pets, if you have dogs or something, then get your dog out for a walk. If you can, you know, you can even use that as an excuse, right? Like to just get your dog out for a walk. That's gonna be integral for you to keep your peace. And if not, if, you know, for whatever reason, maybe your outside environment is too cold or whatever it is, if that's kind of impossible, then tap into your creativity. Your creativity is really going to help you remain calm, to help you remain peaceful, even though the outside is very fiery. But again, I feel like because the world is the overall energy, then I think your family is gonna lean more towards like that nice energy, the nice side of the Knight of Wands, where you're singing and telling stories and just like, you know, having a good time by the fire. You know, it's gonna be a cozy time. So I'm glad to hear that for you. We have, for the final card, which is just the overall guidance. Excuse me. We have House 7. Again, this is the house of relationships. Profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. So I think it's going to be very important for you to actually nurture your relationship with the people that you're spending your Christmas time with. It's gonna be an opportunity for you to do that. So I'm glad to hear that for you, group number 2. And if you resonated with that, and you have reached this part of the video and you haven't already, please do click the like button. I will really appreciate that. And it'll be very helpful in supporting this channel and supporting my work. It's just a small way to say thank you, basically. And if you're feeling a little bit more generous, then do know that you can buy me a coffee if you would like. Here is the link, or here's the QR code. Just scan it on your phone. It's so easy, you know. And just a little cup of coffee will help me do more of these videos, do more of these pick-a-cards, and it'll help me regenerate some of my energy. And thank you so much for watching. If that resonated with you, then do know that I also offer private tarot readings. You can get it on my Ko-fi as well. Everything is there. Well, not everything, but anyways, you can purchase a reading from there. And I also offer one-on-one coaching if you maybe, I mean, again, this is a nice energy, but I'm getting the sense that with the Knight of Wands, it's very unpredictable. Like, it's not always, I mean, any relationship is not always like sunshine and rainbows all the time, but it might be very up and down for you. And if you're not about that life anymore and you don't want to keep this relationship that you are doing out of obligation, then I can absolutely help you with that through one-on-one coaching to take control of your life, and not just do things out of obligation just because that's what's expected in the world, in our culture and things like that, and actually do what you want, what you desire, have the relationships that you desire in your life. yeah, you can email me at tikaishuman@gmail.com if you're interested in that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye. If you chose this group, this pile of cards, you can even see it, then this is going to be the reading for you. Let's see. I'm actually gonna see the family dynamic first, and then the energy of the holidays, because I feel like that makes more sense. Okay, let's see what your family dynamic is. Another knight. This is the Knight of Pentacles, though. This is your family dynamic, Knight of Pentacles. Maybe there's a lot of people in your family who have earth signs, because Pentacles is an earth sign. People in your family can be quite, maybe like the way you communicate with each other is quite methodical. Or maybe this can even be a feeling, like a feeling that you have to be quite methodical in your relationship with other family members, or like, you know, just between all the members, really is quite methodical and quite strategic, if that makes sense, where like you kind of have to form a plan, or you kind of have to form a plan to be with each other, to be in relationship with each other, whether that be a good relationship or not. For some of you, I think with the Knight of Pentacles, because you feel like you have to be very strategic, it's such a hard word to say, strategic, and plan everything, you kind of end up being quite quiet. Like, people in your family, if this resonates with you, y'all are quite, and you're very careful with whatever comes out of your mouth, and that can be, you know, when that energy is light, that can be like mindfulness, right? But then when it's in shadow, then I think you can be quite like too careful, right? Too scared to even do anything or say anything. So that's interesting. And then the overall energy of the holidays. We now have a difficult card. We have, is this the Six of Swords? Yeah, Six of Swords. So anyways, the overall energy of the holidays is the Six of Swords. Don't know if that's even focused. So, the Six of Swords is baggage. People are gonna be carrying a lot of baggage. They're gonna be carrying a lot of emotional baggage. Although, I think maybe as a whole, as a family unit, as a collective group, you could be moving towards calmer waters, so that's good. I think maybe not quite this Christmas, maybe not quite this holiday season. Like, the Six of Swords to me is like still on the way, but you're on the way there. Like, if it's, I did this because I usually have my glasses but I don't have my glasses. Anyways, with the Six of Swords, maybe, you know, things have been quite turbulent for you and your family, and I think you're in this kind of transition for this Christmas or this holiday season for you. It's a transitional period where you're not quite in that calm waters yet, but you've also left that very turbulent place. So it might be still a little bit rocky, you know, still a bit rocky. But y'all are moving on. Y'all are moving on from whatever conflict that you have been facing. And because this is a minor arcana, I'm not really seeing that this is like, you know, you're breaking family generational patterns or anything like that. It's not quite like that. It's more about a conflict, kind of more of a day-to-day kind of conflict. So that's gonna be where you're at this holiday season. And how to protect your peace, we have the King of Wands. Okay, so with the King of Wands, it's gonna be very important for you to be mindful of some anger that you might be harboring, that might be inside of you. This is like, you need to, again, be careful with some things that are hot to the touch. Like, you know, you might get burnt if you touch that thing, even though it's important for you to be able to touch that thing, right? Because you don't want to be living a life where you're just like trying to avoid things, touching things, whether that be intentionally or by accident. Like, that's a very, I don't know, that's not a comfortable life. Like, that's so like constricting, right? Because you're trying not to touch things. And I'm talking about things that are emotionally activating. So yeah, this is how you protect your peace, is by being mindful of any subject matters, any of your triggers, any stories that can be quite dysregulating, but more towards, yeah, like I said, the anger scale of the emotional wheel. So be careful with that. You don't have to get into it, but then when you have the time, when you have some alone time, it can also be worth exploring that. It can also be worth reflecting on the things that really dysregulates you and provokes a lot of angry kind of emotions. And then the last guidance for you is the moon. Satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. So maybe you need to also, because if I'm not mistaken, the full moon is gonna be, I don't think it's on Christmas Day, but it's very close to Christmas Day. So that could be a good time for you to explore these hot matters that I explained to you when I was talking about the King of Wands. That could be a good time for you during that full moon. And yeah, it says satisfy emotional needs, nurture yourself and others. So it's very important for you to nurture yourself and your emotions. Yeah, it's very interesting because you have all the elements here: pentacles, swords, fire, water. So I think that water is really gonna be able to cool things down, right? But you need enough, right? Because I think you need a lot of water to be able to put down whatever, put down fires. So yeah, it's interesting that you're also being called to nurture other people, but then it's giving, like, you know, if you want to be able to help other people, then help yourself first, to keep an eye and nourish your emotional needs. Maybe it's gonna be a lot of emotions coming up, even though your tarot cards aren't necessarily like the element of water, which is the element for emotions. But yeah, that's gonna be your key to nurture your emotions. Being mindful and all that, giving yourself the space to feel your emotions and all that good stuff, you know? And if you've reached this part of the video, I'm guessing that you resonated with this group. And for that, I would like to ask you to give this a like, just to say thank you. Just a little thing to say thank you, because it'll be very helpful in spreading the word and supporting my work. I kind of, I need your help in doing that. And if you appreciate any of my readings, that'll help me keep going. And especially if you also buy me a coffee. This is the link, coffee.com/TikaIsHuman. You can also scan the QR code if you're watching this on your TV and your phone is easier. That'll be super appreciated and very, very helpful in regenerating some more energy for me to do more of these readings. And yeah, thank you so much, group number 3. Do you know that I also offer private tarot readings as well, again on my Coffee page? You can purchase it there. And I also offer one-on-one coaching for people who have complicated relationship with your parents. I mean, it sounds like you have a complicated relationship with your family, and I can absolutely help you with that in a more deep capacity, because I'll be helping you through in a consistent basis. And again, thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Peace out. This pick a card is for those of you who are spending your Christmas, holiday season, whatever it is that you are celebrating with some toxic people that happens to be your family. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I'm so unhappy that you're here. I'm really sorry about that. And I really hope that there's some guidance for you here to help you navigate through that, through this difficult time for you. And I hope that this is going to be supportive in helping you protect your peace. And it's really sad that we're just trying to survive instead of thrive. But yeah, we're gonna get started with the first group. Let me just put away other groups.